So, last Saturday, my friend Greg decided to throw a medieval dinner party, because apparently, watching one episode of Game of Thrones qualifies you as an expert in 14th century etiquette. He told us to come hungry, dress noble, and prepare for feasting like true lords. I figured this meant turkey legs and maybe some weird bread, but when I showed up in my best flannel, which, for the record, is the most medieval garment I own, Greg was waiting at the door wearing a bedsheet toga and a Burger King crown. Not exactly Windsor Castle, but it set the mood. Things got weird right from the start. Greg announced, with great fanfare, that utensils were for peasants and sorcerers, and that we would dine with our hands, as our ancestors did. I tried to point out that forks have been around since at least the Renaissance, but Greg just waved a plastic sword at me and declared me a heretic. Dinner was served on what I can only describe as a collection of wooden cutting boards, and the menu was, not exactly historically accurate, chicken nuggets, pizza rolls, and curly fries. Apparently, the medieval era was sponsored by Tyson and Totino's. The chaos really began when we got down to the last chicken nugget. Suddenly, the room went silent. 5 grown adults, all staring at this lone, golden, slightly overcooked nugget. Greg, sensing an opportunity to up the authenticity, shouted, "Let us settle this as true knights would, with a joust." Before I could point out that the living room wasn't really equipped for equestrian sports, Greg handed us each a broomstick and a couch cushion. Thus commenced the world's most underwhelming jousting tournament, featuring more stubbed toes and spilled ranch than actual combat. Our friend Jenny tried to sidestep the whole ordeal by just grabbing the nugget, but Greg, now fully committed, blocked her with a flying leap that sent both of them into the recycling bin. In the end, after much mayhem and maybe a sprained ankle or two, Greg finally claimed victory in the last nugget. He held it aloft, declared himself lord of the nuggets, and bit into it, only to immediately spit it out because it had been sitting next to the blue cheese all night and had absorbed the aroma. Turns out, in Greg's kingdom, the only thing more medieval than the dinner was the taste, because nothing says ye old feast like a nobleman choking on his own blue cheese vessel.